Hello, everybody. Welcome to Personal Development for Children and Young Adults. And just like the few weeks back, I was in an interview with Janine. I hope you guys watched it out. We had a great conversation where we spoke about how children develop. What are the ways that we can really cast a vision for their success? So we were talking about all of that. And you know what? Something surprising coming up. You know what? We are up to something. And you know what we are up to? Here is Janine. Uh, and Janine and we have something planned up for children and young adults. So we're going to be talking more about it. Okay, as we talk about it, let's explore. Okay, so hi, Janine. Welcome back.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
So, after the last time we spoke about the personal development for children and young adults, we've had several conversations, all right? So, I mean, where we uh, thought about the similarity in our thinking in terms of what we are envisioning with our programs and stuff, right? So, probably you could tell a little bit about uh, what do you have in mind so that the audience can uh, get a picture.
Okay, hello, everybody. Yes, we had few discussions regarding creative leadership, and we are so super excited of everything that we have to offer to you. Yes, we're going to talk about what is leadership, how to gain confidence, how to develop you as a person to take you to the next level where you want to be in life so you can achieve anything you set your mind to in life. So that is what we want to show you. That's what we're going to talk about.
Excellent. Yes. So, Janine, I think today we will be talking a little about the vision that we are having, right? So, what is the vision? The vision we are naming it as creative leadership, right? Creative leadership program. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to be presenting my screen. So, guys, if you're watching it, concentrate. All right. So, here it is. So this basically is what we are planning out is a 3-month group coaching program. Okay, and this program is mainly for children and young adults. Okay, and what it mainly concentrates on these three areas: personal development, leadership, and public speaking. So in the personal development, Janine, feel free to hop onto any of these topics as I go ahead. All right. So,
Sure.
uh, in the personal development, we are mainly thinking about how a child can discover his or her potential, right? How many times have we known that we're all adults now, but then we look back and we think, oh, how I wish I was thinking about my strengths and potentials back then, right? I mean, at least I think it like that. What do you think, Janine?
Yes, I had the same problem growing up as a child because I never had somebody to coach me or ask me the questions about potential. Where am I going in the future? So I think now we're at a platform that we can help each and every child out there, but you're not going to get stuck, but we will help you to get unstuck so you can discover your true and full potential in life.
Yes, and so the second point that we think about is the coping skills. Sometimes children are facing real new situations, extremely new, right? And they're caught unaware and they don't know how to react. And so this is a very important skill to be creative, to be fast, to think through a solution, just to cope with the situation, and also the people skills in terms of how to manage with people, like how to communicate their thoughts effectively and all of that. All right, and not just that. Janine, why don't you talk about leadership? Go ahead.
Okay, with leadership, what is leadership? And how does leadership going to help you to excel in life? Because first of all, each and every one of you are a leader, so you must believe that. And you're not born as a leader. You need to grow into leadership. So we're going to show you all about that. Then it's all about teamwork, how to cooperate within a team situation. And then your mindset. Yes, you can do that. You must believe in yourself and say, yes, I can do whatever I put my mind in doing. And then be others minded. What is your vision? What is your purpose? What is your passion? So it's not just about you, but what you have to offer for others as well.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? The beautiful thing is, unless a person has their own vision, they can't bring anything to anybody, right? Like, uh, I can, when I say others minded, it's almost like I need to have a vision, I need to have a purpose, I need to have a passion for my own life so that I can be helpful to somebody, right? Otherwise, it's like it's an empty cup, you can't pour anything out of it, right? And thirdly, we also want to be um, helping you with public speaking. Okay, in public speaking, it's two categories. This is, as we told you, it's for children and young adults. The first thing is we want to help you create speaking projects. Now, it can be very contextual, totally up to your conversations, like things that you are probably in your school or in your college or uh, wherever you are engaging with in terms of your context. We want to help you create those conversations and really shine there, and also create motivational speeches. Now, there is something to creating motivational speech. Now, I'm not asking that every child should become a motivational speaker, no, but there is something to preparing for it. Why? Because the child can actually motivate somebody. It's not like, okay, somebody who wears a proper suit and then comes motivational speech. No, they can start early on, right? And also, this is a special thing for ages 6 to 17, where we get this program. This is the TED, the prestigious TED speech. So this is mainly for the students who are ages 6 to 17. So that's also a part of the that we want to give it like absolutely free of cost, this part of it. All right, so let's go. So all of this is what we dream as blah blah blah. Drum roll. Yes, we dream as the creative leadership. Yes. So uh, when we say the word creative, Janine, what comes to your mind? What do you think comes to the mind of the people? Wait, let me. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, if you look at the word creative, most people think it's art, like drawing pictures or painting something. But creative, this is such a big word because it can be
Yes.
in the music, it
Yes.
can be in yourself, it can be is any talent that you have or a
Yes.
creative idea that you have
Agree.
that nobody else thought of. So it's not just about drawing pictures, it's being
Yes.
creative as
Ye-
within you as
Yes.
a person.
Yes. So we're going to unpack that word, in fact, right? In the next few slides, we are really going to unpack to you what we mean by creative, right? It's not just pictures and fun stuff, throw some colors on a paper and wow, that is creative. No, we're going to go deeper into that. So let's talk a little bit about that. And by the way, this whole program, Creative Leadership Program, it's a 3-month group coaching program for children and young adults, right? And this training is given by two of us, that is myself and Janine. Both of us will be involved in training you guys. All right. So let's go ahead, talk a little about the vision that we have. Okay. Now we know the name creative leadership. Okay. Creative brings the idea of paint and all of that. Leadership probably brings what picture do you think people think of leadership? Probably political leader. I don't know. There could be what picture comes to your mind, Janine, when I say leadership?
You're being somebody that's in control, standing in front of you,
Ah,
telling you exactly what to do.
okay. Somebody who's ready to take up action, standing and knowing it all, like probably have that confidence saying, I can do this, or something like that. Okay. So let's unpack the vision. So to me, I believe vision is a very important thing. Like as we are doing what we're doing, we are seeing where it can lead to. So this is the vision for creative leadership program. So Janine, why don't you read it for all of us?
Okay, the Creative Leadership Program's vision is to help children and young adults to discover their creative potential, develop a confident mindset, and actualize all that God created them to be.
Wow. I mean, this is absolute resonance in my heart. If somebody can scan through my body, scan through my the soul and my spirit, this would be resonating. This would be like the sound that's really ringing. Probably, I don't know, every part of me really calls out to this. So creative leadership is basically help children and young adults discover their creative potential, develop a confident mindset, and actualize all that God created them to be. And you know what, dear friends, this vision is not, it's not by chance, it's not by mistake, it's not by I just thought about it this morning, woke up and I understood. No, this vision is a deep desire in my heart, and I'm sure it's the deep desire in Janine's heart also, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because she will unpack her story of why she sees this similar vision. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's see. These are the four things that we're going to be talking about, unpacking the vision. Okay, this is what I call it: unpack the vision. Let's do it. Okay, so why should it be for children and young adults only? Why not for older people? Why not for somebody who's just about one day before dying? You know what? Let me ask Janine, why is it not for the older people, like one day before dying? Can they not participate in this?
Yes, at the end of the day, you you stay a child. Doesn't matter what your age is. But at this stage, we really want to zoom in on children and young adults
Yeah.
because they don't have all the guidance and the know how on what to do to become the exact person they're
Yes.
supposed to be. So
Yes.
we really want to focus on children and young adults. We
Wow.
want to coach you. We want to mentor you. We want to lead and guide you to see the bigger picture because sometimes even the parents or the older people they don't have all the answers either, maybe because of a lack of knowledge or lack of education. And that's where we are coming in, me and Joel, to help you to uncover your potential so that you can see the bigger picture out there because both of us went through experiences as children, and because of our struggles we realized, but why would we let other people struggle as well? Let us jump on board and help the children, take you by hands and get you to become who you're supposed to be.
Okay, so imagine if I had to answer the same question, why children and young adults and not the older people? You know what? Like you said, I really like the way you said it. We always remain children, however old you are. We have the a child spirit in us, right? We are curious. Those are all the children-like attitudes in us, right? So, wow, that's a loud sound right there. Okay, so if I had to answer why children and young adults are not the older ones, just like Janine said, we want to focus on a group of people where we think we can be effectual. Because it's not just that we've had experience in our own childhood about various things that has shaped us, but it's also that we have experience working with children. Like I come with 15 years of working with children and young adults in terms of teaching in various schools. And Janine comes with 25 years. Look at that. There's a reason why um, she she took she took 25 years with children, right? and me 15 years. So there should be a bigger reason. So let's go ahead, unpack the journey, why children and young adults in Janine's journey. Let's hear. Okay, this is all. Uh, Let me close this off. Let's go ahead. Yes, Janine.
Yeah, we all went through struggles in our childhood, and first of all, I always had a problem. I never knew exactly who I was because I allowed other children, other people to place me in a box, and then unfortunately tried to live in that box for acceptance. And the problem is I was not knowing my true identity, and identity can get you in a place where you lack confidence, where you don't know where you fit into life. But the moment that you know who you are, all of the negatives fall away on that. And then secondly, I had a very low self-esteem. I The way I saw myself was not a good picture. I was always comparing myself to friends and allowing their words to crush my spirit or to belittle me. And I was just not strong enough to know the skills, how to stand up for myself, how to believe in myself, how to show them that I'm not supposed to be the exact copy as they are, but I am unique. And the way the reason for low self image is fear of rejection. So you will do things to get accepted by people, and then you starting to become a people pleaser, and in the peer pressure that plays a role as well. You're trying to fit into society, and just so they can accept you, so you will do sometimes things out of your comfort zone. Then because of the low self image, I had very sensitive emotions. I used to cry about everything. If there was arguments, I'm always the one crying and feeling inferior and I'm not fitting in. It's just because I did not know what to say or how to stand up for myself. And then obviously also a lack of confidence. I did not know who I were. I I couldn't face any challenges, but with time, I've learned how to overcome all of those struggles. And then finally, the your potential. Then I discovered my dream that I really want to work with children. So I was working on my dreams. I put my focus on that, and all of a sudden, the this energy that started bubbling up within me because I followed my passion, I followed my desires, and then I realized, but now I have become who I'm supposed to be. I'm not here on earth for myself, but I'm here to help other children, to help them to know who they are, to help them discover their own potential so that they don't have to go through the same struggles I went through in life. And because it's important for me that a child will live a happy life, a fulfilled life, and not a life of lack or not knowing what is the future that's ahead of you. And then the personal development and growth, that's where it's starting to trigger that inside of me. What can I do? What can I offer to help people to discover who they are, to love them, to see your own vision, to dream. And the bigger your dream is, the better for yourself, because when your dream is too small, it's easy to achieve that. But the bigger the dream is, it will push you to a level that you will just want to find out more. You will do research and you will get to know everything about that topic or subject so that you can grow in yourself. Over to you,
Oh,
Joel.
wow. Okay, so that was Janine's journey. And now let me talk about a little bit about my journey. So, yeah, that's right there. So, I've had similar situation in terms of a poor self-image when it comes to I lived in Mumbai, uh, and when I was a child, right? And one of the things that really took away from a lot of who I am was it took away a lot of energy, concentration. It produced a lack of confidence. Is that I was constantly teased for my color, right? So I always thought I'm inferior, had no value, and and that really brought me to a place that I wouldn't be able to confidently speak in front of people, right? And when you don't speak in front of people, you can't make friends easily, because speaking, communicating, that is very important to making friends. And when you cannot speak, you think you don't have everything that it takes to have a good value, then you're directionless. You don't know what you're doing. You're just living out every day. And that really set in a kind of a belief in me, saying that I can't excel in anything, you know. But then when I put my heart into understanding, okay, how can I develop myself? And in fact, music has really helped me develop me as a person, because that was more like me enjoying and playing some piano, learning to play the piano and expressing myself. It really helped me. And so the idea of personal development uh, was a little later in life, like probably just after my college. I went through several situations that really pushed me to understand, it is not about learning different situation, how to deal with this or that. It's about learning who I am. Because I really came to an understanding, saying education is not about everything that we learn on the outside. It's about learning who I am as a person, so that I can relate that to whatever what's happening. All right. And then thirdly, I really would say it's a God process in my life, where I've had with all this. Think of this. This is brilliant. I mean, uh, this is a situation where I was directionless in college, and I'm in the college, and my mom's kidneys failed, and I had to raise money for the kidney failure, right? And the kidney failure dialysis takes a lot of money. And I was thinking about, what is that job now? Yeah, you can go to a job where you could work 8 hours and get some money. But I was thinking, okay, what is a job that I could probably get more money and work few hours, because I'll need to make like dual jobs. I need to do two things. So that's when I got the opportunity. And that's why I call it a God process, because I got an opportunity through a friend of mine called Neville DeMonte. Thank you, Neville, if you're watching this, thank you. So this guy, he, uh, I mean, in fact, he was actually traveling abroad, and he needed somebody to replace. And I was that replacement. So I was not the one, but I was a replacement there. But I really thought, when I had to go and sing and perform, and till then, remember, I can play the piano, I can here and there sing, but I've never done that. Like singing in a hotel is like 3 hours of singing, and it's not like you can just wing it. No. But till then, I could wing it, but not play for 3 hours. So I did that. And by the first evening, I realized I can't do this. I realized that I can't do this. And you know what? I really cried out deep tears. I really cried out, and I was like, almost like, God, help me. I really need this. I need to make money for my family, my mom's kidney failure. But then I need to also, so I need to keep up with this singing in the hotel, because it's big bucks for that few hours. And you know what? I was able to finally, I took up, I did not give it up. That attitude of not giving up really comes from my dad. I mean, if my dad is hearing it, thank you so much. I really see that he is a guy who will never give up on people, on himself. So at last I won. I mean, after many years now, I can actually proudly go ahead and I can show you the world. I can sing it. I can play the piano. I can do all of that. So that's a God process. And even on my journey, I've had shrewd people, bad leadership come on my way, and really brought me to a place of even a time of a depression, where like I really lost my identity, and I questioned everything I was. And thank God it doesn't. The story doesn't finish there. I've had good leaders, who are people minded, who are people minded. I could really name some people. A friend of mine called Pastor Solomon, and also another good leader I could think of is Pastor Manohar. So these are all good leaders that I'm around, that really help me become people minded, other centered, and build everybody, you know. So this was my journey from my childhood. And I would think this is the reason why I want to reach out to the children. Just like Janine had her experience, and that's the reason why she wants to also reach out to the children. All right. So let's go to the next. Uh, Here in the vision, we talk about, okay, help children and young adults. We got that cleared why we are talking about them. And then discover their creative potential, right? So, what is, like sometime back, we spoke about what is creativity. Probably you get an image of uh, some picture, art, or something. But let's go, let's ask Janine, what is creativity?
All right, creativity is being unique, coming up with something that was never done before. That is what's making you unique, and standing out from the crowd, because you were never made to fit in. You were made to stand out. So in the uniqueness, you can discover your leadership, and then it can be person specific. You're not a copy of somebody else. So you zoom in onto yourself and see what the creativity that comes out from you on that aspect.
Wow. So think of this, whenever you are creative, um, creativity only happens when you are experiencing freedom. Imagine if I put you in a jail and lock you up, then I say, come on, be creative. It's not going to happen. If I'm pressurizing you, saying, come on, you got to do this, you got to, not happening. Unless a person is experiencing freedom, unless a person is given the freedom to be unique, freedom to be yourself, you cannot be creative. So that means when we talk about creative leadership, we are talking about unique leadership. It's just like your thumbprint. Just like you have your own thumbprint and your own DNA, the same way you have a unique leadership that you can bring to the world. And that can happen in the spirit of freedom, right? And then uh, when there is creativity, there is also imagination. So, Janine, why don't you tell us a little about imagination? Why do we need imagination for creativity?
Okay, imagination is. I have to ask you a question. What is imagination?
Hmm.
You may give me that blank look, but let me break down the word. The root word for imagination is image. So, image that represents a picture. So, we are all image creators. So, whatever picture you can come up in your mind, that is part of your imagination. You can come up with something that's never been thought up ever before in life. So, you can be the trendsetter. You can come up with that first unique creative image.
Hmm.
And
Wow, that's
yeah, so
very true. So I like what you say about image. We are like image creators, like as we imagine. And why don't you also tell us about, like, in terms of the way we say out and what we can create? Like, this is a beautiful idea you spoke about.
yeah, you can also create images with your words. So every time when you say something, whether to yourself or to somebody else, it can either be positive or negative. When you use positive words, you can create a positive outlook for somebody, like motivating them, telling them, yes, you can, believe in yourself. I believe in you. You can do it. But the total opposite is also true. When you speak negative words, you break down a person. You make them feel inferior. You break down person that they're supposed to be, and then you create that negative belief system.
Very
So
true.
so so don't look at only the negative. Find the positive words. It's always better to speak positive than negative, because with the negative you cannot go back and erase the wrong things that you've uttered from your mouth. So think about it, rather build up than breaking down.
Wow. Very true. That's so amazing. So, I mean, I'm just looking back and thinking how many times a leader above me, what they have said has affected me, you know? And sometimes what the words that are just taken carelessly, words used carelessly, can really affect the people who are under us when we are leaders, right? So, creativity, the fourth aspect I also think is creativity really motivates hard work. Because think of this, creativity is unpacking your uniqueness, it's you. And secondly, it's from your freedom. You're experiencing freedom, free to do anything you want to do and you want to. And then comes your imagination also. So, because you're engaged in your imagination, you're experiencing freedom, this is you doing it. You know what? There's no stopping you. That's when you, because it really motivates you to do all the hard work that it takes. Uh, so that is the reason why we are talking about creativity, creative potential, right? So there goes your answer. What is creative potential in our the vision that we have? Discover, help children and young adults discover their creative potential. Creative potential, as in they're unique, completely free to do what they want to do, and it engages, really takes them by imagination, and they are putting in their hard work. How beautiful would, think of all of this applying to your children. That'll be amazing. This applying all of this would bring about a generation that is focused, that's not distracted by uh, there are so many ways children can be distracted. We know that in terms of the lockdown and with all the coronavirus and blah 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 blah, children are like stuck with the phone. Come on, instead of being distracted, they could be focused. So let's go to the third line, which is develop a confident mindset. So that's uh, a vision that we have for children and young adults, not just discover their creative potential, but develop a confident mindset, to see a vision for the future, to to sec- to have a mindset that's like, okay, I am grounded, I'm straight, I'm ready to approach the moment right now. Like you got your foundation steady, and your posture is right, and you're ready to approach the moment the way it needs to, right? What do you would you like to add something to that, Janine? To have a confident mindset.
Yes,
Yes, yeah, yeah, the internet is working. Go ahead.
yeah, you must have a clear picture of your future. That will give you confidence, because if you don't know where you're going, you won't know what to do. You won't take the necessary action steps to reach your vision that you have for the future. So when you're in the present moment, try to visualize what do you want for the future, and then start living that way.
Wow.
Dress accordingly, see yourself in that action, and grow from there.
Yes, visualize. Wow, amazing. Very true. Super. So that is why we would say it's important that we need to have a confident mindset. Like you're ready for the future, not just for future, you're present, you're confident, right? You can create a new amazing future. And then finally, the last line, to actualize all that God created them to be. I've added this into 3 points, okay? Because this is how I see it. This is how I have understood who I am, who we are, who I am, and who we become. There are, you put me in a situation, you put your children in a situation, in a circumstance, in a probably a condition that uh, makes them think in a certain way, behave in a certain way. You know what? They become something, right? It's the environment that makes anything. Like a seed turns into a plant or a tree, it's because of the environment. It's not just because of the seed, because the seed by itself cannot become. It needs the environment to become, so we have who we are, who what we become, and who we can be. This is like the future thing. So in my journey, what helped me understand who I am is to understand my personality, the kind of person that I am. Probably, like, in fact, there are four major personalities: analysts, diplomats, sentinels, explorers. And that's like, I get this from the MBTI. This is beautiful. You should really check this out. In fact, it gives you, like, the next time you can catch yourself saying, okay, this is why I do what I do. You know, that's like the personality side. And then also the learning design. Janine, why don't you talk about this? This is like very close to what Janine would love to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, each one of us are designed differently. There's a different way how you perceive things when you are learning things. Like, do you like pictures? Are you very visual? Or do you see spatial things like actual things that you like props because that will draw your intention to to study through that and to learn? Or are you more oral type of person? You like to speak, you want to hear stories and things like that. Or kinesthetic? Kinesthetic basically means you're very active, you cannot sit still, and you need to move around while you are learning. Or interpersonal skills, or the interperson, when you look at yourself, the mathematical or the logical, the way that you think. Do you like to connect the dots while somebody's teaching anything to you? Or musical, do you like to listen to music while you're studying, or while you um or, or will it help you to gain the knowledge that you need? So these are just the different learning skills, the different learning methods, and it's different for each and every one of us.
Wow. And you know what? When I look at this list, in fact, I got this um introduced by this neuroscientist, neurological scientist. Is that what you call it? Neuroscientist, called Dr. Carolyn Leaf. And beautiful. When she talks about this, it almost reminds me of each of us are like a sponge. When you take a sponge and you put it in water, it sucks all the water in, right? It's kind of a sponge that takes it in. So, like, some people are visual sponges. They grasp information by seeing and understanding. Their understanding is so each of us are these kind of sponges. Like, can be an intrapersonal, a person who thinks within themselves. Okay, why is this happening? They think deeply into a topic. Or probably interpersonal, somebody who's thinking outside, like talking to each other, and that's how they gain their energy, right? So um, so that is, it really reminds me of the kind of sponge that you are, how you learn. So all of this is what, and this is not just the two elements that makes us who we are. It's more than that. But this is like a sample, something that I'll want you guys to really see and understand. And the second is what we become. That's like the leadership quotient, the kind of competence we have, the character that we can. Character, you can't be born with character. We create it, right? We create it, we work hard at it, we are proven. Anything that is not proven, it is not, because character is unchanging. Like, one of the beautiful thing I can, I'm sure you know this, Janine. Miles Monroe, he talks about the word character, saying, if you go to China, Japan, whatever country, Africa, whatever country anybody goes to, the alphabets are called characters, right? Because the alphabets don't change. A is always A wherever you go, right? And so this is the unchanging aspect. So how do we become unchanging is when we really grow in the aspect of being tested and then gaining that character, right? Janine, is there something that you would like to add to, or something that emphasizes in your mind?
Yes, character is something like Joel said, you develop your character and you grow into that. So your character can become stronger and stronger. And you can also look at bad behaviors through character, and then you can decide, listen, but I need to change various aspects so that I don't have this bad character. It's not good to have a bad character, but rather change it into a positive to see what are the good things I need to do in life to portray a good character, and then that will also help people to like you more.
Wow, yes. And finally, who we can be, from who we are to what we become and who we can be. It's almost like the future. And in fact, Janine talks about vision boarding, on how to go about doing a vision boarding. And uh, you want to talk about it, Janine, a little bit on vision boarding?
Yes, it's important to have a vision board, because when you have a vision in front of you, your goal or your dream, there's a funny thing about it. When you see something, you tend to spend time on that so that it can become a reality. Because when you put your dream board on your vision board, there's different aspects. It's to do about you as a person, your health, your spiritual side, your the fun side, financial side. So there's about seven or eight different aspects that you can look at. And the thing is with the vision board, when you see those pictures, the car that you want to drive when you an adult, or the house you want to live, or the type of career you want to follow, when you see that in front of you, it helps you to create the necessary steps to
Yeah.
get there in the future, and then to put in the action to get there.
Wow. I mean, many times parents have a vision for the children. That's good. But then what about children grasping that? And that's where I think we come to help children gain a vision for their own life, to take responsibility of who they are, and not be like, okay, let's wing it, let's be careless. No, no, to be able to give them a focus that leads them to a great success for the future. So, my dear friends, if you have been watching this, that's what we were talking. We were talking about the creative leadership, and creative leadership is a program that we are visioning. In fact, I've been running this creative leadership for quite some time, in like small groups and one-on-one basis. And Janine has also been into business coaching and various things where she applies this creative leadership in her own uh, experience. All right, so uh, we want to bring this to you. So if you are somebody who is a parent, or somebody who knows a child that this can really be helpful to, then I want you to go ahead, comment below, or just go ahead, like this Facebook Live or the YouTube, wherever you're watching, whichever platform you're watching. Just like it, so we can get back to you and we can give you the next scope of how we can do this. So remember, these are the three main areas. Let me quickly show this to you guys. The three main areas we working at is personal development, leadership, and public speaking, right? And all of this is what we call as creative leadership. And this is our vision. Let's finish it with me reading the vision. And vision is not just what we see, it's a commitment, right? It's a commitment, it's a promise. It's a promise to helping you, helping the child, getting a mentor. And how important it is for, I would think, if I had a mentor, somebody who could have guided me, everything could be, I mean, I'm not saying that things are not good right now. But then I could have speeded up the process in terms of understanding who I am and with all the potential. So let me finish up by reading this. Um, Janine, let's read this together. Can we read this together?
Yes,
Okay, I'm going
sure.
to say one, two, three, start, and let's read this together. One, two, three, start. Creative Leadership
Creative leadership programs
program's vision is
vision
to help children and
help
young adults
children and young adults
discover their creative
discover their
potential,
creative potential,
develop a
develop
confident
a
mindset,
confident mindset,
and actualize
and
all that God
actualize all
created them
that
to be.
God created them to be.
Wow, really sparks for me. So, my dear friends, Janine, you want to just quickly say a bye to everybody or any last final thoughts? And we will also be coming more live and talking about, we are preparing workshops for anybody who would participate. So, you probably want to just speak a little bit and say a bye also to everybody.
Sure, thank you. Yes, I would really encourage you to reach out to us. Tell us what you want so that we can help you. We are really here to take you by the hand and take you step by step through a journey so you don't walk through life alone, but you know that you have somebody that believes in you. You have somebody that will push you to your next level. And then so you can excel and you can become the best version of yourself, becoming the unique you. So I want to bless everybody and say thank you. And it was an honor speaking to you today. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, everybody, take care. God bless. Have a great morning, evening, night from wherever you're watching. Bye bye.